You don't actually need a lot of toiletries for a good hygiene when you're traveling. That's why I will show you in this video a toiletry bag of an extreme minimalist that only contains 10 items, so it fits perfectly into a one bag life. And at the end, I will give you my best tip on how you can downsize your own toiletries, even if you are not pursuing a one bag life at the end of the video. So don't miss out. For everyone who's new to my channel, I'm Sven. Just a regular guy whose biggest dream and pursuit is to live out of just one carry-on size backpack that fits his whole life. And I'm an extreme minimalist with less than 150 possessions after being a minimalist for 7 years. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, but most importantly, share a comment with your opinion at the end of the video and join me on my way to a true one bag life and to see how an extreme minimalist lifestyle could look like. But let's get started. I think everybody who is watching this video right now knows the situation very good. You want to go on vacation or you want to go on a trip and you start packing up your things and realize that you want to bring a lot of toiletries because you want to keep the same routine on your trip or on your vacation as you do when you're home. So you want to bring a lot of liquids, a lot of creams, everything that you could possibly need as beauty accessories to keep, as I said, the routine you have at home. But then you realize maybe that you only can bring a 1 liter bag with just 100 milliliter bottles if you're flying carry-on. So you need to think about what you really need and what you don't need. In the past, I was more or less the same. I had a 5-step skincare routine. I brought a lot of liquids for every possible occasion. I had a lot of accessories or beauty accessories like tweezers, nail clippers, and everything else that you could bring. But when I started pursuing a minimalist life and then becoming an extreme minimalist and pursuing a one bag life, I realized or I researched the scientific need of most of the products that I used before and realized that most of the products I really don't need for myself. So I got rid of almost everything and just kept around 10 products and some products that are occasionally in my bag if the situation requires it. So this is what I want to show you today. Maybe as a little disclaimer before we start. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, and I'm not certified in any related way or field to that. Everything in this video will be my own opinion. I researched it by myself and talked to my own doctors before I stopped using certain products. So don't take my opinions as medical advice or scientifically proven in any way. As I mentioned, it is just my research and the things I talked to my doctors. Feel free to correct me in the comments below if you have any scientific background. But I would say let's start with maybe the most obvious thing, and that is my toiletry bag, I would call it, because it's just like a simple bag that I reuse because beforehand it was used for a razor. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's just a very, very simple bag with really nothing special in it. And it holds everything that I need except for the charging cables, because the charging cables, I will carry them in my tech pouch. So this is just the bag for everything else, but I use it mainly as my toiletry bag because, as I said, everything fits in there. The first real item in my toiletry bag is my electrical toothbrush. This comes with a couple of accessories. So I have a spare head for the toothbrush and the head I'm using right now actually. And lastly, I have the charging cord for it. So this is everything that I will carry for my toothbrush, and I need to say that I'm only having an electrical one because in my opinion or for myself it just feels a lot cleaner to use an electrical toothbrush. Maybe because I'm not using the regular ones very good, so I carry an electric one. And if you are asking, no, actually I don't carry toothpaste, floss or mouthwash, because in most of the cases, as my research and as my dentist said to me, the mechanical vibration or the mechanical force of the toothbrush is enough to get rid of the most plaque and bacteria in your mouth. The next thing and the last electronical thing in my toiletry bag is actually my razor. And my razor comes with a head, or actually I don't know how it's called, but it's a head for the razor that is adjustable, so it adjusts in the length. And it comes with a brush, so I can clean it because it's not waterproof, so I need to clean it with a brush. And the last thing is also a charging cord for it, because nothing here unfortunately charges via USB-C or anything else, so I need a dedicated charging cord for everything. But that is everything that I bring for my razor. For obvious reasons, I shave myself, so I need one, and this was, I would say, the best option that I could find, because for me it's quite small. You have the adjustable head, which is very nice, but all in all it's just a razor that battery holds very, very long, so I need to charge it maybe once or twice in the last, I don't know, 5 months. So it is very good and very durable as well, but as I said, unfortunately not waterproof. The next thing, and very easy to explain, is a nail clipper, which includes like a nail file here at the end, if you can see it. So I don't bring a dedicated one, and yeah, maybe I use it for the obvious reasons to cut my nails, but I also use it sometimes as a tweezer, because I don't bring a tweezer actually, because I don't do my eyebrows, because I think in most of the cases it's totally fine to not do them. And if I have got like a splint or anything, most of the times they are so thick that you can use the nail clipper as well if you don't press too hard. So you don't cut them at the end, you just use them very, very gently. And the last item in my toiletry bag is actually a thermometer. Maybe some of you would say this is not a very necessary item, because actually I don't use it as often as well. But when I use it, I think it's one of the most important things that you can bring. Because on this trip, so in the last almost 6 months, I got sick maybe 2 or 3 times, I would say. And the thermometer was the only thing that gives like me a confirmation that I'm really sick. So when I'm feeling not good, I'm always trying to check my temperature, and if I know, or if my temperature is high for multiple days, I know I will get sick. Actually, these were all the 10 items in my toiletry bag that I'm using on a daily basis or quite often. In some cases, I will bring additional items just because the situation requires it. Right now, I'm in Southeast Asia, and here in Southeast Asia is, first of all, a lot of sun, and the second thing are a lot of mosquitoes. So in this case, I will bring 2 more items, which is mosquito repellent on the one hand and sunscreen on the other hand. So these would be 2 items that are going into my toiletry bag as well. But as I said, when I'm back in Germany, I think I won't use the mosquito spray again, and the sunscreen I will use, but like a much smaller bottle. But let me just briefly tell you the items I don't use anymore. And I don't use them actually because for me personally, after I've done my research and after I talked to my doctors, I found for myself that I don't need them anymore for my personal hygiene. And I haven't used them for a month now. And for me personally, I don't feel like any change to my body or to my hygiene. But I want to just briefly mention them so you know what I would personally say you don't necessarily need. Only if you have like certain skin conditions or everything, then you should definitely add it to your routine. The items are shampoo, body wash, everything that is regarded to like facial cleansing, moisturizers or everything else. And the last thing is actually deodorant. So I've quit all of them for, as I said, a couple of months now, and I don't have any problem not using them. And I think your body adapts very quickly to the circumstances. And the one thing I supplemented all of these with is just water. I only shower with water, use water daily, and shower more often maybe than I did before, because I think if you have a good like general hygiene with a shower or with water in general, you don't need certain things that often or nothing at all, because most of the times water cleanses most of the things out of your body that you want to get rid of. As you can see, I don't have actually a lot of toiletry items left, and for me personally it was the best thing that I could have done. I feel better in most ways. I don't need to carry as much in my bag, especially not as many liquids anymore. So it is much easier for me and my pursuit of a one-bag life to carry a lot less items and have personally for me the same hygiene, not even a better hygiene than I had before. But as I mentioned in the beginning, I'm not an hygiene expert, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. So do your own research, go to your own doctors and talk to them to assess what your personal state of hygiene is and what you need maybe for your own skin and for your own hygiene, and just take my words as an opinion on what to use and maybe what to not use. But as I said, this is not scientifically proven. You should do your own research and then decide for your own what you need and what you don't need. But now that you know what my 10 items in my toiletry bag as an extreme minimalist who's pursuing a one-bag life are, here is my best tip for you how you can downsize your own toiletries even if you're not pursuing a one-bag life. The first thing and maybe most important thing is to find a baseline. So find the products that you really need for your own hygiene and health and for your own skin conditions. The easiest way to find the baseline is to go to your doctors, to your dermatologist, to your dentist. Talk to them and assess what is your current state of hygiene and health, and based on that, choose the products you really need for your own skin conditions. The second step would be to do your own research. So after you've found your baseline and really the product that you really need and you can't get rid of, then it's time to go do, as I said, your research and find the things that maybe can accomplish more than your actual stuff do for your basic hygiene. The most important thing is that they need to be scientifically proven, so you don't need maybe every serum, every cream and everything as a beauty accessory. So just find the things that you really need for your own skin condition, do your own research, and just add gradually things to your toiletry bag if it really benefits your own health and your own hygiene. The third and last step is to just keep it simple. It is not proven that more products lead to a better hygiene or a better health. So just keep it simple, know, as I said, your baseline and add gradually some products, but try to keep it as simple as possible, because most of the times our body can adapt to a lot of things. So I think a basic hygiene is for most people the, I would say, easiest way to get a good, healthy life. And then, as I said, gradually adding a little bit of things, but don't try to get everything, especially when it's not scientifically proven, and waste a lot of money and a lot of time doing like 20 minutes every morning in the bath. So just keep it simple, just the baseline products and some else, and then you should be fine. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and like, but most importantly, leave a comment down below what your most important toiletry items in your toiletry bag are right now. The next video will be about the miscellaneous things that I carry as an extreme minimalist pursuing a one-bag life that, in my opinion, don't really fit any of the other categories I did a video before. In the meantime, you can watch my last video where I will show you my tech that I bring as an extreme minimalist pursuing a one-bag life, and that it's maybe a little bit more than you thought. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.